All right, so before we took that break, we had the energy analyst, Mr. Kojo making a statement on this latest, shall I say, scandal or controversy coming from the U.S. With the Securities and Exchange Commission doing an investigation, and the media in Ghana getting a hold of a court document and publishing it widely yesterday. The man at the center of it is the managing director at TOR. Mr. Kojo, we are back with you this time on the phone. So you were making a statement.
Thank you very much, and I'm glad it's clear, and my network was playing up. And something as important as this, I thought I should try and help my brother Roland himself put clarity and let Ghanaians understand certain things.
Great, let's hear you.
We have to be very careful when we jump to conclusion and some of these things. And I don't know that if as a country we've lost all hope in our political system, where we can just conclude and in our stretch of imagination think that an individual can distribute bribes up to 4.3 million to Parliament and Ghanaian officials. The person who starts in the U.S., the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, is a very powerful institution in America, and they could have contacted any of our local investigative agencies to collaborate with them on these allegations, especially when they wanted to malign an institution like Parliament. They did no such thing. They only relied on the emails that they have cited to think that the only reason that somebody is transferring money into Ghana was to bribe politicians. And if anybody thinks that that is the only reason and it's true, then I'm very sad this morning. The company in question is AXA Energy. AXA came to Ghana in the latter part of 2014. Throughout 2015, when we were in darkness, the Ministry of Power at that time tried to engage companies to do emergency power plants. Now, to do a plant of that magnitude, over 250 megawatts, takes years to plan. But this is something that the government did it in months. So when the government came in and the power that at that time gave them assurances that, listen, if they have plants in Turkey, please, they should mobilize that plant to Ghana, get it ready so that Ghanaians can have light. This company now had an intermediary company, which is being mentioned, had already contacted the ministry, and they were trying to do their own power project. So when these Turkish people came, they found a partner in a company that had already started the process. So they partnered them. Now, AXA, at that time, from 2014 to 2016, when they officially registered the company in Ghana, did not have a bank account. So how does somebody build a whole power plant, at a point in time have over 30 employers, buy a land of 30 acres in the Pong industrial area, where an acre of land is in excess of about $200,000? How does somebody do all that project? And any of you media can check that by the time 2016, when this company registered their company in Ghana, their plant was already built. So by the time they had a bank account in Ghana, they had already expanded millions of dollars in Ghana. And all that was to do the project which the government has assured them that, look, they will get them the agreement ratified, they will get them all the waivers, and the company, based on the word at that time of the government, went ahead and spent all this money. They could have finished building the plant and the agreement would not have been ratified. But they took the risk just to make sure Ghanaians were in darkness. And today, somebody sits in America and thinks that all that money came to Ghana, a grand scheme of bribery, because somebody was distributing $4.3 million bribe to politicians.
But Mr. Kojo, isn't that why this is going to court? Is for the court to draw that conclusion?
Yes, I understand that. That is why if it's for the court to determine it, then we should have stayed out of it. But the minute
what is wrong with Ghanaians publishing details of a court document? That is normal practice.
Let me chip in here. You see, people keep comparing this to Airbus. The Airbus document we had was a judgment. So that one, a court of competent jurisdiction have started it, judicated, and come with.
But I'm just saying that it is also not new that you find Ghanaian media publishing a piece of document, even though it is not judgment, it is still court documents.
Okay, now let me give you an example. We've all seen in the media when court rates are filed in court, and it is quickly circulated on social media for us to look at. Give me one example where any media houses have taken any court writ in Ghana and has alleged or will go ahead and discuss it the way we are discussing this thing, where people are now being made to lose their job because of an allegation. Give me an example of a case, a writ that was filed in court in Ghana. All these banking and all these stuff that was filed, give me one writ that has been discussed the way this writ in America has been discussed in the last 24 hours. That is the point I'm making.
Okay.
And you see, my point, and also the point I'm trying to get everybody's mind to it, is that the monies that were spent, and we have cited documents. I am not the one to come and say MDC or MD in this matter, but we should be a bit reasoning to know that some of these things is stretch of imagination.
Okay, all right. We'll have to leave it here, but thank you very much for your time and the comments as well. Let's move on. Let's talk about immigration matters, because two things this morning. One is the fact that some people have been arrested by the Ghana Immigration Service, and Rafiq Salam brought us details of that. And the Immigration Service, Mr. Michael Amwakwata is the head public relations. The Ghana Immigration Service is joining us. We'll also talk about the second issue is the documentation that they were sorting out to trace people who had come through, particularly the Kotoka International Airport, just before the lockdown. So good morning to you, sir. Thank you for your time. Hello? Hello, sir?
Hello.
If you can you hear me clearly, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Let's talk about the arrest of some 41 persons. We're told 2 are Ghanaians and the rest are Burkinabes. What's happening right now with that case?
Yes, thank you. With the closure of the borders, one thing that we've realized as security persons at the borders is that because the main borders are under lock and key, you'll find people attempting to enter into Ghana through unapproved routes. So then we have to strategize. And especially around the upper west or the northern part of Ghana, some people have been attempting to enter. But then at one of our inland checkpoints, we intercepted them. And on this particular occasion, these 41 people, about 2 are Ghanaians coming from Tampa, were intercepted at the Babile inland checkpoint.
And I'm asking, what has happened to the 41?
Hello.
Mr. Mwakwata, I'm asking what has happened to the 41 persons?
Say again.
Mr. Michael Amwakwata.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
There's something interrupting the conversation. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, partially. In fact, I am on my way to a flower now, so I think it's the.
So this is
vehicle.
network. Okay, so let's see if we can do this real quick.
Yes, you are clear now.
So I was asking what happens to the 41.
Okay, thank you. Presently, they are with Port Health for their temperature to be taken and other protocols to go through. Then we'll have to send them back.
Okay. But what is different with the North? Because we've made some arrests. The 10 people who tested positive for COVID-19 also came through that same area. I'm not sure if it's the same specific posts. What are they doing differently? They seem to be getting people who are entering illegally arrested.
Please, will come again with a question?
So I'm asking, and this is on the basis of the 10 people who tested positive for COVID-19,
yes,
who also came in illegally, who are arrested. And I'm using that as basis and asking with this 41, this current 41 that's also been arrested, what are the personnel up north doing differently from the other areas?
What are personnel doing differently?
Okay, this is very difficult. The conversation is very hard because you can't hear me. Maybe we should do this a bit later so I don't have to repeat everything that I say. And as he says as well, that's Mr. Michael Amwakwata. Unfortunately, there's no proper flow in this conversation, so we probably will have to do it some other time as he's on his way to Aflao. You're still watching the AM show, though. We'll take you to Kumasi for some live reports from Kumasi. Stay with us.